So Puti Matupa is the third born of Mr. and Mrs. Matupa. I am 100% Northern Sotho, but from my mom's side, it's from a royal family in Kalkspruit, and from my dad's side, it's from a family of priests and teachers. And yeah, I studied chemistry, so I'm a scientist, and I've always had the love for water. And I believe I have a deep connection with water, and I wanted to have a business like where I could reach out health and healing and using water. So I started Ruhamah Water and Laboratory Services in 2016 in November, after I got retrenched from a business partnership. And I decided, you know what, maybe let me just follow my dream of getting into the water industry. However, I worked for the mines for over 13 years and as a chemist, and I was more focused on quality management systems. Then that's where the consulting business came from. So I was doing quality management system development, implementation, maintenance with the laboratories for ISO IEC 17025, and for reference material producers and proficiency testing producers, which is ISO IEC 17043 and 17034. So Ruhamah offers bottled purified water as well as dispensers and purification systems for people who want to have home domestic purification system, but we also do it for businesses. And also opportunistically, because now we have purified water, I then jumped onto the juice industry. So we also do fruit juices using the purified water, and well, of course, the management quality system that is for the mines.
Yes.
So that's what Ruhamah does. I believe that with the belief that I have, a connection with water, I know that water is life. Water is power, water is energy. However, you can actually tell water what to do. So I can tell water that with this bottle of water, I need you to bring healing and health to whoever gets hold of Ruhamah water and juice. So in my opinion, water is what gives us life, and nobody can live without water. You can actually survive without food, but you cannot survive without water, and it's all for the living species in the whole universe. That has been really a challenge, but can I just say, I think God has been gracious to me. And at the time when COVID was just, starting, and that's when AIF gave me the mentorship program. So then on a weekly basis, I would meet with Peter and, just telling him my frustration, because I was like completely shut down. I didn't have a big base of customers. So when it started, the lockdown started, I couldn't come to the office, I couldn't sell water, because they were even saying that, COVID doesn't need cold beverages, people must drink hot water, and people were not buying water. And we were getting into also the winter season where selling water is not so hard. So communicating with Peter and him always, trying to keep me motivated, we then had to strategize and say, with the water not working, what else can you do, Puti? And then I got now into selling hygiene products, opportunistically as well. And I believe with my experience in the laboratory, understanding the different masks that can be used, and the sanitizers, understanding what elements or what material goes into producing or manufacturing sanitizers actually helped me. So I then started selling masks, sanitizers, gloves, and that kept me going. But it was not so much. what actually made the tipping point was when we said, with us having the opportunity to work from home, can I be able to do consulting from home? And it was yes. And then Peter said to me, then what do you need? I said, I need a strong connection with Wi-Fi, and I need the one that cannot stop. And AIF said to me, Puti, we're gonna pay for that for you. And that's how I continued to work. So I was able to communicate with SANAS because I'm contracted to them as a technical assessor, and said to them, I'm available and I've got a network at home and I can work from home. And then I started getting jobs, and some of my customers, I helped them over Zoom, and I went as far as doing some training for technical signatories, as well as reviewing their documents. And then we could have, sessions where we go over what I've done and explaining what they need to change in their quality management system. So that's what helped me. Absolutely. Actually, I realized I love it more than having to drive, being on the road, because, driving to remote places like the mines is not the nicest of them all. So now I don't have to wake up like at 4 a.m. just to be in Rustenburg. I can wake up at 7 o'clock, get ready, and voila, at 8 o'clock I'm connected and I'm talking to the people that I need to talk to. Well, the future, I believe that there is more for me to give into life. And I want to explore, getting into neighboring countries where I can take my services, and getting into making sure that, as much as I go to these mines to offer them consulting businesses, I was never in the mindset of now saying to them, by the way, I also do water and juice. And these are the people that, I already have a base of clients. But I think, with the mentorship program with Peter, as well as talking to Lauren, I realized that I was limiting myself, because then when I went to the mines for consulting, I left it at there. But nothing stops me from saying, you know what, I see you guys are using dispensers. Could you consider, my services for the water, for the purified water? And I think that I will be able to get into even bigger frontiers if I were to look at neighboring countries like Zimbabwe, like Malawi, like, most neighboring African countries. Beautiful. It has been the most amazing experience in terms of mentorship. I think as much as Peter is a very nice person, he keeps it real and he just pushes you, And the one thing that he actually helped me to do was that believe in yourself and rest when you must. And he shared with me a lot of videos that, when you go back to them and you realign, you reset, Even when I was getting into a depression mode, I used to say to him, there's no money coming in and I'm really worried about my living expenses and the business. I don't know what I'm going to do. And he said to me, as a small business, you cannot afford to be lenient. Go to everybody that owes you and tell them you want your money like in yesterday. That's what helped me. So I was able to at least continue, and I haven't really felt that much pressure, because I said to him, he says, what invoices do you have outstanding? And he said to me, I must report to him how far. And he said, don't be a nice person. You don't have to be nice. It's your money. You work for it. And that helped me. Okay, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much to AGES for affording me the opportunity of being funded through AIF and connection with Peter, Lauren, and Mike. They assisted me a lot, and they even helped me to get my company have a website, my company have an email that was, instead of using Gmail, which people don't take it seriously, I was able to get that assistance. So the mentoring program also has assisted me to look positively into the future and to see that I can make it even through the difficult economic time internationally with COVID. I really appreciate your assistance, and I hope that you will do the same for other people in business, especially small businesses that are mostly and hard hit by the COVID. Thank you so much.